To our next question. Supplements. There's so many out there.
Heaps.
If you go onto like Nutrition Warehouse, AAA, there is stacks and stacks of them.
Yeah.
And then there's just the real big question, what do I need to take? Breaking it down, because that's quite a broad question, we look at general well-being, performance, and then weight loss as well.
Yep.
What supplements play different roles in those categories?
There's heaps out there. It's a massive industry and a lot of money into it.
There's so many that it's just being like bulk sold that you don't need.
Yes. Yeah. One thing I learned from Muscle Nerds was that back in the early 1900s, they did a study on the foods that we are consuming, the vegetables and fruits. The nutrients in them are actually quite low because of the soil turnover and that's such a quick rate that we have to produce food for the population. So because of that continuous turnover of soil, the nutrients aren't there anymore.
And that's back in the 1900s. Imagine now in 2000.
Imagine now how it's been over 100 years since that study.
How little nutrients.
Exactly, yeah. And eating organic, of course, that's another one, but that's still a lot of soil turnover, even in the organic market. So a lot of our population, for one, don't eat enough vegetables or fruits, and such a small number actually eating the recommended daily intake numbers. And then the foods that we're eating, from Woolworths, Coles and stuff, aren't super nutrient dense. So my position on this has changed over the years. Back when I first started this, I thought a multivitamin was a waste of money, expensive bits. Since doing all the research and talking with like the mentors and stuff, a multivitamin is actually quite beneficial. Yes, it's not like bioavailable like you would have in fruits and vegetables, and you might not absorb all of it, hence why you have like coloured pits and stuff. You are still going to be getting quite a lot of nutrients no matter what anyway, even if it isn't like bioavailable. You're still getting some absorption of them that you aren't getting from your foods anyway. So a lot of us are nutrient deficient, so having a multivitamin is going to give you at least some, if not the nutrients and vitamins that you need to have. So I recommend everyone having a multivitamin. From there, adding in creatine. It is the most widely studied supplement out there, with little to no negative side effects, and heaps of positive side effects. If you look at your body and how it creates energy, it needs creatine to create energy. It's just as simple as that. So with our highly stressed society, especially, using that and creatine as a source of energy, create energy. Creatine supplementation is massive to keep you alert and give you energy throughout the day. So creatine is huge. Side note, with creatine, if you do start taking it, you will probably gain weight a little bit, like 1 to 2 kilos.
That water retention as well.
Just because it has the whole water with it. Bang on. So I don't want to be like, people start taking creatine like, oh my god, you told me it wasn't having negative side effects. You're going to put on a little bit of weight. Not a bad thing. Like it's not.
It tends to even out after a while as well.
And after a while, it will even itself out. It's just that initial loading of it. It's like, whoa. So they're my main two. That's really all you really need from that. You'll get everything covered. I don't really see much point in taking anything else.
In a full, well-balanced diet, you should really need those.
From there, you can look at things that will help you depending on your situation, and it's going to be a situation-dependent person where we sit down and talk about your lifestyle, what you're eating, how you're eating, and your stress levels and stuff like that. So people who are high stress might need more big vitamins in their diet, because that's the main energy pathway. B vitamins get used a lot, and then they're very, very low. So people like in that situation, people who are doing a lot of training might need something like other things to help them with recovery, as well as magnesium. Then you can deep dive into the forms of magnesium. If you look at like Swiss, it's in like this kind of form of magnesium, like with a citrate. Then I have other ones that are like magnesium biglycinate. Which one's the better one? And you got to really look at that, because it's like the citrate isn't as relatively absorbed as a biglycinate is. So just going into the store and buying off the shelf isn't necessarily the best thing. You got to really really understand them and the form that they're coming in.
Yep. How they're going to be absorbed.
But then on the other hand, how it's going to affect your other food intake and other supplements.
Yep.
Like when I first started getting into like, oh, supplements are cool, I started taking a multivitamin and then started taking like a brain, like mitochondria, like the brain one. Then them competing in my brain was causing other side effects going on. Like I felt very like scattered brain because it was competing elements coming in. So it's not like a take this, this and this. It's a dependent on what you're doing and it needs to be discussed with someone who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, right. Fish oil?
Yeah. Omega-3 and omega-6. I think that's a good point. So like looking at even like your diet, going to that side of it, if you don't like seafood, either allergic or don't like it, you would need to look at supplementing with like omega-3 or omega-6, or a combination of them, to mitigate the loss of that fish oils. So it's not like a take this, take that. It is a purely dependent on who you are. If you need help with it, talk to someone who understands them and they can actually give you good advice.